Well, let's just make sure we're up and running. Hello. Bit of a technical issue there with the new intro. Sorry about that. Hello, hello, hello. We're all here. Okay, who picked this crap on the jukebox? Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, hello, how's everybody doing? Welcome. So, hello, Dave. Hello, I'm a slave. Hello, Joker's Muppet. Andrew, Doka, I'm a slave. And Sadako, welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream, which was going to be rather ad-libbed, and has ended up being oh, hello, Mr. Knox, welcome, welcome. Triple tap the like button, slave man. Absolutely. Right then, let's get these headphones off because I don't need these on because I'm not listening to anything now. It's just you, me, the bar, and which was originally just going to be a little bit of let's have a chat about anything at random. But then again, something happened that kind of added something very interesting to this. This background removal is not the greatest of things, but it'll do. It'll do. Yes, and this is it, Andrew. Well, has Mohammed Zia Youssef quit or was he pushed? I think we'll never find out exactly what's going to happen. Now, as you know, while I'm on here, half the chat that appears on the screen is not the chat that appears in YouTube. So if I do appear a choice if I spot over here. Hello, Nicola. Hello, Gobby and all. Farage being infantile again on GB News, saying he'd rather eat razor blades than have Rupert back. Well, is anyone surprised at that? Because he's the next one that needs to go, to be brutally fair. Beef between Elon and Trump, beef between Musk and Youssef, both happening on the same day. What do you think? Extrapolate from that? Is it just coincidence? Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Hello, Mike. Welcome. Hello, Detang. How's everybody today? Are we all good? So Zia Youssef has jumped, pushed, disappeared, whatever. He's gone. He's gone. I'm going to do a stand-up comedy course every Monday. I'm doing a gig in front of a live audience 29th of June. Wow. Awesome. Mr. Knox of the North. Yeah, you'll have to let people know where it is, and then maybe we can all come and see how funny you are. I wish you the best of luck with that, mate. I genuinely do. Stand-up's one of the hardest things in the world to do, to be fair. His position untenable as Spoker elected MPs. This is true. I mean, calling your only female MP basically dumb, not the greatest of things, really. It was ridiculous. Hi, Julia. Welcome. Yeah, I agree. His position's been untenable since the Rupert Lowe thing, to be fair. So let's be honest. It was going to happen. Liverpool, here we go. Liverpool Baltic Triangle. Liverpool may pop up to see you then if I can get the chance, mate. 29th of June. I'll have to see if I'm free that time. I might pop up and give you a hello. So, what do we genuinely think in the chat? Whether he was pushed, whether he quit, and what this actually now means for reform. Hello, Herman the Tosser. Welcome on board, sir. Nice to see you here. Because although it's a great thing, it is a step in the right direction. There is still far, far too many things, too many red flags for me for reform. But getting rid of Zia or having Zia lose or disappear or whatever is it's sweet. Got Paul Thorpe on the same time. We're sticking here at all live stream, Gobster. Thank you, Monty. Yes, I have noticed that Paul's gone live at the same time as me. I mean, how dare that super huge YouTuber eclipse this tiny YouTube channel? Although I do, Paul Thorpe is enjoyable to watch. If Jenrick and Rupert started a political party together, they'd rather vote for them than UKIP or Reform. Well, Mike, why not? Looks like Zia had a little bit of a temper and is prone to meltdowns. Yeah, like falsely accusing one of his ex-MPs of threatening to kill him when it turned out he didn't. Yes, he's never been good. Never been good. Chair could not be a Muslim regardless of whether he was a good Muslim patriot. There is such a thing, and welcome report. Is there such a thing? It's an interesting question. My ballot should have stated he's unelected, so he says, no say, the money man, the tech guy, that's it. Well, this is it. That was the biggest problem, is he just decided to walk in, pay a bit of money on the table, and then think he can speak to people like he's someone important, when he really, really isn't. And I'm going to just share a tweet with you, so just bear with me for a moment. So this is what he put out. 11 months ago, I became chairman of Reform, which should actually be 11 months ago. I bought my way into Reform and then became chairman. I've worked full-time as a volunteer to take the party from 14 to 30%, quadrupled its membership and delivered historic electoral results. So basically, it was no one else. It was just Zia Youssef who did all this work. No one else did anything. I no longer believe working to get Reform government elected is a good use of my time. I hereby resign my office. Well, there you go, you see. That's the kind of sanctimonious arsehole that Zia Youssef is. He really, really is. It's just unbelievable. I think he had a meltdown and quit, and then I think he quit right. Well, as I said, that, but then again, as I've just shown you with the tweet up on the screen, and takes all the credit. Reform basically would have been nothing without him. Return the money used to buy the position, 2,000k, peanuts in the grand scheme of things. Absolutely. And hi, Hayabusa62. Welcome on board. Nice to see you. Let me catch up with the other stuff on the other one. I haven't thought of starting my own political party, the United Regions Party. Why not? The more parties, the better. They're all adult pretenders. Well said, Mark Wells. They genuinely are. This makes me laugh. The reason Reform did well is because of Farage. The reason Reform did well is because people are pissed off, fed up and sick to the back teeth of shit. My grey back pub has moved more. Well, this is authority. Yeah, exactly. I genuinely believe that Youssef was chosen as a diversity token rather than being selected on the basis of merit. Experience seems to be his appointment was more than about a political statement. Absolutely right, Mike. It really was. But it's the fact that once he got into position, yeah, it went to his head just a little bit, did it not? Zia is insufferable. He is. But I mean, as I said, that tweet just shows you the sheer arrogance of the boy. He really does think that everything that's happened to Reform is because of him. I personally think it's a great move. Do I think it will change my position on Reform? Not really. There are far too many other things that I have major issues with that need to be addressed. But it's a step in the right direction. Needless to say, I did notice he resigned or left not long after my video, so I'm going to take credit for it. I was the one that we were the straw. I was the straw that broke the camel's back. Does that mean they'll have to get rid of the Hope Not Hate group as well? Julia, good question. Well, they might have to remove them as Reform's recruitment agency, I guess. Reform needs to decide whether it's a genuine protecting us or it's just another part of the uniparty system. Yeah, Youssef departure is a step in the right direction. I agree, Deport. Absolutely agree. And as I said in my short just before this video, we need to see what they're going to do now because it'd be interesting to see what happens. As it turns out, Nigel Farage has been on and said, oh, well, I'd rather eat razor blades than have Rupert Lowe back. So that's not going to happen. But again, we've got to wait and see what's going on. It's all right. If you're wondering why I'm looking down, you may hear Captain Meow has joined us and has now left. Realise we're talking about politics and doesn't do that. I just wrote that as you said it. Yeah, well, there you go. Great minds think alike. Ego out of control seems to be the trait of Reform's leadership. Agreed, Mark. Absolutely agree. It is all about egos, sadly. And it's egos that if they don't sort themselves out and get themselves checked for those egos, it's actually going to backfire and they won't become anything they want to be. I mean, it just spun back 3 minutes. I wasn't aware of the time. It's all right, mate. Don't worry about it. You know, I was actually on time. I was actually on time for the first time ever. It's amazing. In fact, I think I might have actually been a minute early. Mm, yeah, it's it's just absolutely mental. I don't think it was beautiful to see the big leader stutter mum and dad's MP. Well, I know, I agree. Starmer's a waste of space. He's no good to no one. Given the state of the country by 2024, given two main parties, I'm still surprised Reform didn't do it much better than it did. Well, this is true. It was, yeah, a bit weird. But then again, they did get a lot of votes, but it was first past the post that knackered them. Hope Not Hate appears to be the body of the web. Yeah, absolutely, agreed. Yes, it's the what I say. It's not the octopus's arms we need to go after; it's the head. Yeah, Zia can go and pair up with Kia from IKEA Labour cabinet in Wednesday. I wonder if you'd have him in. I'm also happy free speech has won today with Tommy Robinson. Absolutely, about bloody time too. To be fair, it'll be nice to see Tommy being tried by people, by peers, by a jury. Absolutely outstanding victory today. It really was. Absolutely brilliant. Tinker Tailor Soldier Michael. Yes, absolutely. Certainly does. Certainly does. Can't stand going to IKEA, M6 and M5 entrance. Monty, why anyone would want to go anywhere near that place? There's somebody detected at my front door. Who could possibly that be? Hold on a second. Can I just check my cameras? Because there's somebody there. Who was that? I wonder who that was. Sorry about this. It's all right. It's my it's Kaboot. You know, the pizza dude. He's just gone out. I think he's gone to the gym. So that'd be awesome. Yeah. Why would anyone go to IKEA off the M6 Spaghetti Junction? Such a bad idea, mate. Such a bad idea. The question why is Reform's policy to ban the burqa? Well, this is a good question because clearly something happened that's pushed it. Seems though he had more power than he did. The dumb comment was dumb. It was, you know what? Predictable. I knew he was going to say Stewie, but basically turned around and said, I was too busy doing something else. Bollocks, were you? You weren't. It should be, let's be honest, Paul. The question is, why is it not Reform's policy to ban the burqa? Well, all face coverings should be banned. You can't go walking around the streets wearing a balaclava. You would be arrested and charged potentially with stuff. You would definitely get stopped. You wouldn't be able to go into shops, etc. And for anyone politician to go, oh, it's up to people what they want to wear. Well, really, you made us all have to. Well, you told everybody. I didn't, but no, few people didn't. That we had to wear masks. So 1 minute you're telling us we can wear what we want, but then the next minute we can't. I'm thinking of moving to the Black Country, Warsaw, specifically because of Noddy. Oh, well, interesting choice. It's all right in Warsaw's pretty much like everywhere else. If there's a ban, they can use a burqa as a parasol cover to be green and eco-friendly to the environment. Excellent. I love it. Anywhere I might suggest, Mr. G? Well, in Warsaw. I don't know Warsaw very well, to be fair, mate. I don't know, to be fair. I do know a few people who live that way. I'll give them a shout and I'll let you know. Do you think there's a plot to oust Keir Starmer how poorly he's given performing in the polls? Mike, the only people at the moment who can get rid of Keir Starmer is the Labour Party. And this is where his massive majority is actually going to work against him. Is there a plot to get rid of him? One would like to think so, but then, as I've said before, and I did one way back, a long time ago. Yeah, no worries, Mr. Knox. It is a security risk wearing a burqa, absolutely. When I went on a walk, and I had a discussion with everybody who was following with it, which is, be careful what you wish for. Who are you going to get? Who are you going to get to replace him? You have to look at what's there. We don't want the ginger minja in charge, or Lammy, you look at unlike some other places where you could probably see a successor, you could see the people who are behind him, and they're worse, so it would be difficult. Sometimes, it is better the devil you know. Preferably, and I know this might throw people out there a bit strange, is I'd prefer him to stay because he is doing everybody's work for them. He's destroying the party, and it's great to leave him there doing that. So I personally like him to stay, only because I just really don't know who you'd have to replace him, and none of them would make anything any better. All black men wearing full faces covering about their electric bikes delivering food should be banned, including. But absolutely agree. No one should have to wear a face covering at all. What makes me laugh is they go, "Oh, they're allowed to wear it because of religious purposes." But what about your facial recognition cameras that you keep banging on about? It doesn't work for them, does it? Yeah, Diane Abbott. Oh, you imagine if Diane Abbott was in charge? Actually, I did, and it was not a pleasant thought process. I think Lammy and Abbott are about the same person. You see them in the same room together. You could be onto something there. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Let's not also forget that Labour voted out. We might see them replaced by even more communist left-wing parties, the main left-wing opposition, like the Greens or George Galloway. As much as I hate George Galloway, I must admit recently that he's probably been being quite effective and brutal on X. Yeah, I mean, it shows you the state of affairs where I'm having to agree with George Galloway on some of the opinions. Absolutely mad. The Greens won't get in anywhere. I mean, they can't even decide who they want to be leader, for God's sake. The party needs someone with money. He brought his way into the model. Has to continue, or the party finds MPs fast who screwed. Agreed. Absolutely agree. Cameras are for us. Of course they are. Of course they are. They're not for anyone else. David Lammy for PM. The next bit of comedy and laughter. Well, the thing is, everybody knows how you can buy things in politics with Lammy. You just buy him extra chicken, and he'll be well away and very, very happy. It would be hilarious. It would be just, sweet. Could you imagine it? Diane Abbott as a deputy. Well, you'd have to force them both to be in the same room at the same time. I think we should put Diane Abbott as to take over Rachel Reeves' job, because that would be spectacular to watch. Oh, hello. Here comes the doggy wog. Yes, I've been joined by Bella, who's sniffing around. First we had the cat, now he got the dog. Do not starve the enemy making mistakes. Leave Starmer in charge. Exactly, that was my philosophy, Doka. My philosophy, leave him there, because he's making it so much fun for everybody else. He really is. What are you trying to eat, dog? My dog is trying to eat something. Getting checked by all the pets today. But yeah, so I agree. I think Starmer should stay because he's doing a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic job. Lammy learned to like champagne. Funny that. And welcome, Sparks Wine. Nice to see you in the chat. Welcome aboard. And welcome to all 23 of you who are watching. It's much appreciated on this Thursday afternoon. Or evening, shall I say. I'm fully aware at exactly the same time. I know Paul Thorpe's also streaming. So I'm up against the big guns today. But it is what it is. Yeah, this was not going to be a chat about Zia Youssef or even reform. To be fair, it was just going to be, I was going to throw the floor open to you, wonderful mother truckers, to fire away with what you want to talk about. But, things happen. This is the other thing. When you do a channel where it's on politics and things, the problem is everything moves so quickly. And there are many times when I've been completely out of the loop because I've missed it, because I've been doing other things. And then there's other things where you're absolutely spot on in change. What? Sorry, it's the dog. Hello, David. Welcome. Good evening and welcome. Thanks very much for joining me. I mean, you're all wonderful, all of you, to just pop on when you've probably got more important things to do than listen to an old Brummie in his shed drinking coffee, just having a chat. And I've already gained a job because I've got to find fairly decent places for Mr. Knox to live in Warsaw. That'll be fun. Thing is, some people do think Starmer is doing a good job. Well, of course they do. But you can't. You have to make allowances for other people's mental health issues. I think would be the best way. How they can see he's doing a good job, I don't know. I mean, I can't see anything that he's done well. And if anyone wants to let me know something that he's done well, other than Rent Boys, etc., then please let me know. Don't have it as PM. We must wait for the jury to be published a manifesto. Very true. Very true. Thanks to you, this is space to chat and let off steam. And that's what I want. That's in reality, this is what the inner corrections is all about. That's why I want to try and get live streams as much as possible. Not necessarily for me, but for you lot. So you do have a chance to just have some fun, laugh, joke, chat about anything. I mean, the ghost of Gobster talks. Hello, David. Yes, I do look like a ghost, don't I? I can't afford a green screen. So I've got to get, well, I say that I'm getting a green screen sorted out to drop behind me for this particular one. Normally I do it with the stuff in the shed, but I wanted to sit in the bar. So that'd be fun. Mike, there's a good chance that we'll see tax increases this fall. Absolutely, we will, 100%, especially with parts of the winter fuel allowance being reinstated. Absolutely. If you had to guess, which taxes do you think they're most likely to go up? All of them. As many as she can possibly do. David's just said exactly the same. She will try and to get money out of every last inch. There's talk of them coming after people's savings. The winter fuel allowance. Now, let me sort of put myself in a position where I sit on the winter fuel allowance. I agree that not everybody should get the winter fuel allowance. But the thing is, it was really, really easy. Hello. Oh, come here. Come here. Oh. Yeah, Bella wants to say hello. Don't lick me. You eat shit. Yeah, that's Bella. She just wanted to say hello. Yeah. Yeah, you are. Don't lick me. You've just been eating shit. Probably get down. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Any case, so yeah, so I think she'll get everything. Absolutely. So, any case, as I was saying about winter fuel allowance before my dog reliably interrupted me. People shouldn't. If you're rich, you shouldn't have them. You shouldn't. The thing is, it wasn't rocket science. It was easy to work out. You just say a certain amount of money, and over that, you don't get it. That's simple. It is literally that simple. Simple as. It's not hard. It wasn't rocket science. They did what they did because they thought they'd be clever, and all it did is spectacularly backfire on them. You know, and that's their fault, not mine. Williford should be reinstated. It will be, and it should be for those people who need it. But there are quite a lot of people who are very rich who do not need winter fuel allowance. They genuinely don't. So I'm all for it being a layered thing, but the way they did it was just ridiculous. It really was, and it was stupid. But then again, it kind of set the tone for what's happened for the last 11 months. Stasi Sam, the man who let another man pay for his wife's undergarments. The law changed to protect his pension. Absolutely. Typical champagne social. It's all about them and their Benjamins. Correct, Mike. Mark, sorry. Absolutely spot dog. Hot dogs, Bella. Yeah, she's my little sausage. Well, not my sausage dog. It's the kid's sausage dog. But then, like the cat and the bearded dragon and the snake, they've somehow combined. Yes, the edge of your head looks like a jelly. It's not set properly. I know. The background removal tool, it's very basic, but it does a job. It does a job. It's not awesome. New taxes, windows, chimneys, doors, garden sides, all possible. I'm sure there was a talk about a window tax. But that would fit perfectly because, as far as I can ascertain, the current government wants to put us back to Victorian days. We're splitting the country back up into serfdoms. You know, winter, it's mental. Absolutely mental what this government is doing and what they think they're going to. Don't forget your oxygen test. You think your own air you're breathing. Yeah, absolutely. Nothing would be unbelievable. Savings are sacrosanct. They would be, but I don't think they are. There is talk of her coming after them. I mean, there is also talk of other taxes that just don't. You listen to what she says and you think, what are you doing? Absolutely. They'll find a way to tax us. Yeah, they will. They'll find a way to tax us any way they can. My dad told me that Karen Shaw found the house in Runcorn during the election campaign. Dad gave her both barrels. Well, breath, well done. Excellent. Labour is trying to get the most brownie points with free school meals at the cost of the taxpayer. Again, nothing in this country is free. Yeah. And also, to be fair, under the new rules that they're bringing in, my kids would be entitled to free school meals, but they're not having them. Because when I had children with Mrs. G, and we've had children between the two from other marriages, we did it because we worked out the fact that we could afford them. And if anything happens, we will sacrifice ourselves for stuff so they can get to eat, because that's how you bring children up. Free school meals aren't free. You've paid for them through your taxes. In reality, what it means is an awful lot of people, perhaps who've recently arrived, get free meals. This is more about control to me. It's more about the state providing you and become reliant on the state. And no offence, school dinners, you get better food in prison. I was going to say in hospital, but I think it goes hospital's worse. Then, well, actually, no, it's Dixie chicken at the bottom. Then it's hospital food. Then it's school dinners. Then they're just not, they're not very nice at all. They already tax a fresh air. It's called carbon credits. Well said, Mark. Well said. Radio signals flying out of the speed of light. Hello, Johnny boy. Welcome. Welcome on board. If the country was split into surf kingdoms, I would insist the North, the West Midlands and Wales allied together. Indeed. Why not? Who thinks Starmer is doing a good job? Daniel, you've asked, a question that I think was best summed up with an absolutely brilliant meme on X. I'm not going to say the word because I know that'll get this done, but I will say is this is the first time in history when you say, look at that, see you next Tuesday, and everybody knows who you mean. There's the answer. The measure of culture is how it treats its needy. This is true. In reality, the reflection of its culture is how it treats its prisoners. Yeah, nobody in this chat, I hope. I don't think many people. I mean, honestly, hands on heart, has anyone actually met anyone they know who likes Starmer? Anyone? I'm genuinely terrified that Keir Starmer might send our sons and daughters to foreign conflicts in coming months and years. Now he makes plans to put us on a war footing. A war footing against who? This pathetic saber-rattling insanity has to stop. It really does. It is unbelievably ridiculous how he can stand there and say he's going to pull the country together by sending us all to war, when in reality, an awful lot of the people who now reside in this country don't see this country as their country, so they're not going to fight, and the rest of them couldn't be even interested. Quite like the song about him sang to the tune of Seven Nation Army. Don't think I've heard that one. Right, I'm just going to have to nip off for a second. I've just got to go and check something. I'll be back in a minute, guys and girls. It's okay. It wasn't a knock on the door. I just had to go and check something. Nope. I've never met anyone who likes a solicitor or a barrister. The black belt barrister's quite a nice bloke on YouTube. He seems all right. Come back, me son. I'm back. You better pray Putin doesn't believe him. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about it. I do apologise for having to nip out like that. I just had to go and check on a few things. You know, the kids and all that sort of stuff. Got to do these things. So, yeah, I am worried, very much worried about Keir Starmer's obvious mental health issues. The man is an insane lunatic. I have never, ever in my 56 years on this third rock from the sun, ever seen a Prime Minister so hated so quickly. In fact, I've never seen a political party so hated so quickly. It's ridiculous. Hi there, said prepare the missiles attack. We have in this country practically zero anti-missile defences at all. Nothing much. The most frightening thing for me is because I live in Birmingham, they won't hit London first, they'll hit the second city. So I'm screwed thanks to idiots shouting their mouths off that don't understand what they're doing. Pizza delivery. No, unfortunately, it wasn't a pizza delivery. Well, this is true. The H-man was mad. Absolutely mad. Yeah, BBC. Yeah, this is true. He's still being honest. Absolutely. I need to give you a head a wobble if you think Starmer is doing a fantastic job, as often you say, Gobster. I just looking at, I mean, look at the last PMQs. The guy did not know what he was doing. Absolutely. I mean, he was stuttering. This is the man who 1 minute's going, we're on a war fighting, and then the next minute can't answer a question. What is the point of having Parliament where no one answers questions anymore? You pose him a question, he doesn't answer. If it's a call to war, I won't be going. I'm too old, 40, British military age. Your cut-off is 35. Well, except in the time of war, mate, then I'll see you at the barracks. Yeah? Because you know you and I are going to get called up, no matter how bleeding old we are. They're going to roll us old fossils out, even if it's just to train the poor saps. It's unbelievable. I'm originally from Runcorn, a big chemical plant called IC. So I can't see that. There we go. ICS is target number 3 on the Soviet hit list. Target's Great Britain. Nice. Gee, find out about the anchor tunnels in Brum. Ooh, there's something I didn't know about. I will have to look into that. Thank you for that. I do like it when I've got things. People give me things to look at. Always there to listen to. See, I like to listen to people. I like to pay attention, keep my mind open, because sometimes I learn some amazing things from things I didn't even know existed, and it's well worth trying to keep your mind open. It's very hard nowadays, but it is what it is. But yeah, I will do. When I was walking into town, I got into conversation with an elderly lady who said she can't stand Starmer. I don't think anyone can. I've never met anyone. Never met anyone. Good, I'm too old at 44. Look, all of you who think you're too old for the armed forces, if the war kicks off, you ain't. You really ain't. So don't worry about that. I have a back injury, so unlikely to be called up. I've got 2 bad knees and a bad back. Yeah. I've also got a veterans card. So, yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Hey, all. Hi, Rachel. Nice to see you. Welcome. Welcome. We can set up Dad's army. Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler? I've actually got the whole series up there. Work down them. Ah, Johnny. Interesting. Gobstertalks@yahoo.com. Drop me a message, mate, and fill me in with some information. I'd like to learn more about that. That would be interesting. Well, apparently we are going to set up a Dad's army, but it's going to be more cyber stuff. I don't know. But the thing that worries me the most is watching on X and Facebook and other play things like that. There are people who genuinely believe. Please sit down. Don't be drinking because you're going to spit your drink out. Some people actually genuinely believe you can win a nuclear war. Love Dad's Army. Who doesn't love Dad's Army? That's when comedy was comedy. Over here we have militias and everyone is welcome. We're not allowed to have militias. I don't know. I suppose they're called gangs here, and they deal in drugs and stabbing people. Yeah. I'd love to be in a militia. I really would. 2 slip discs might need a metal plate. Yeah, but once the metal plate's in, mate, you're good to go. If we're going to actually set up a Dad's army, I'm an actual dad. Yeah, mad, exactly. Mutually assured destruction. But no, genuinely, I've been watching and reading and listening to people who genuinely believe that you can win a nuclear war. I think they've been playing Call of Duty far too much. I'm single with no kids. Oh, that's even better, mate. You're practically signing yourself up here. I would be Pike only in my late 40s. Fair enough. That's fine. Deport. Yes, the Muslim militia do exist. They certainly do. He's not taking my sons. Mark agreed. He's not taking my kids either. They can fight me over it. Genuinely, they can. I have got some classic comedies, Matthew. I've got. Let's have a quick look up here. I've got Fawlty Towers, Dad's Army, Porridge. What else? Dad's Army, The Goodies. Got all the classics, all the fun. Oh, and all the Only Fools and Horses. Absolutely awesome. As Shrek would say, and all the fairy tale creatures. Absolutely. 1980s War Games. Got that as well. Got loads of physical media. Buy physical media. Really do. On the buses. Looking for that. It was a great sitcom. Looking for that. I'm always got my eyes open for stuff. Charity shops are the best places. Charity shops are the best places because when people pop their clogs, that's where their stuff ends up, and that's where you get it. Or just always keep an eye on. Carry On. I've got all the carry-ons as well. Literally funny. Blakey Starmer. No. Blakey was had a heart of gold. We've already decided this. Remember in the last one, Starmer is a rich tea biscuit, weak and pointless. I wouldn't say Starmer's Blakey. No. That's an insult to Blakey, to be fair. I wonder where Starmer would go in a nuclear war. Well, we all know where he'd go. He'd go in the bunker and come out. I mean, the other thing is, who's going to breed? Oh, he's got kids, isn't he? Dear me. We old fossils chatting about old sitcoms and Carry On movies. Yeah, because they were funny. And the thing is, you put them on now, they still make you laugh. Still make you laugh. What's the other one I got? I've got Ain't Half Hot Mum. God, my English is terrible. And I used to love that show. Absolutely brilliant. And some others do have them. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. If war kicks off, it wouldn't be with China. Maybe. But then I say that as a married person to a Chinese national, as well as having to spend some China too. It's always good to get a different point of view, isn't it, Mart? It really, Mr. Knox, always useful. Always useful. I don't actually think Starmer is human. Keir Starmer is worse than Stalin. Hence why I always call him Keir Stalin. I have some comedy that will never be seen again. Curry and Chips. Oh, I never heard of that one. I get a load of old TV shows, charity shops, and CEX. CEX is one of the best places. Barbara Windsor. Class. Absolute class. May she rest in peace. Yeah, sad times that was. Psychopaths are human, unfortunately. Yes, that is very, very true. Rising Damp, I've got that as well. Oh God, so many classic old series that were funny. Struggle to find one that's funny now. Be interesting. Yeah. Oh yes, thanks, David. Don't forget. I always forget to say hit the like, share, subscribe, do all that malarkey. Fawlty Towers, got all them. Absolutely awesome. Just call me Martin. I like the informal. All right, Martin. See you for a quick reform. Yes, we thanks, Paul. Welcome. We opened with that because in reality, this wasn't going to be a chat about classic. Well, originally it would have been. We'd be chatting about comics and just having a laugh and sit back and chill and a bit of a chat for an hour, just so we can have a different thing. But then Zia Yusuf, quit, got pushed, left, whatever. I'll be honest, I really don't care how he went as long as he's gone. Still game on the loop of the nearest and the dearest. Excellent. Oh, hold on. The in-between ears. I got the in-betweeners. Yep. The Pakistani darling. Oh, Spike Milligan. Really funny. Would probably cause a huge amount of offence right now, but so it should be back on the telly, to be fair. Absolutely hilarious. Some others do have them. Brilliant. I said I own all them. They're absolutely brilliant. Stupid boy. Yes. Don't tell him your name, Pike. Yeah. Waiting for God. Another good series. I've got all of One Foot in the Grave. My missus, Mrs. G, calls me Victor Meldrew because I don't believe half the stuff that's going on. Hello, British Army Paz. Nice to see you here, mate. What a day for politics, eh? What a surprise, mate. Yeah, it was well, awesome to say the least. It was well, you know as well as I do, mate. It's a step in the right direction, but there are still a lot of different things to be done, isn't there, mate? Really, really, it's the step, but it'd be interesting. Well, you and I know, mate, exactly. We're always on the same page, really. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting week, I think. Genuinely, I do. Hello, Cam's Crash Course. Nice to see you, mate. Awesome. Awesome. Nice to see you as well. The Daleks put Curry in the old Doctor Who's I like. Yes, absolutely brilliant. Literally can't believe how things change so quickly. Tony Hancock, literally, there's a statue, a thing in Birmingham. Great bloke. Absolutely brilliant. Starmer, very stupid. I know. Starmer's just an idiot. I wouldn't even insult him that much. I met a woman 12 breasts the other day. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. It sounds strange, doesn't it? No, God. Is that what you've learnt in the Comedy Store? That's the Summer Wine of the classic series. I own all the old classic series. Starmer wants to export British Army to the Ukraine whilst importing 100k fighting. Well, yes. Maybe he intends to use them against us future. Well, Mike, you're probably right. We are in very unstable times. We genuinely are. It's tough. The right needs to decide on a common ground and unite while the interference is. Yes. This is our biggest problem on the right. Because we're all critical thinkers and we have the time to look and pay attention to stuff, we question far too much. We're not like the left. The left are instinctive animals. One person says one thing and they just go with it. And that's their strength, but it will also be their downfall. Yeah, and it is tough. It is tough for us to come together, but you never know. Little things start with the simplest things, like somebody just walking away from a party after being pushed or whatever. Things can change. It's all down to 97 to Blair, correct, Mark? That's where it all started to go wrong. Speaking of Doctor Who, I remember seeing Noddy Older doing the fish and chips thought it was Tom Baker. It was back in 92 when I said, yeah, oh, I remember that. There's still rubbish around Birmingham. No, it's the rubbish in Birmingham still as bad as it always has been. And apparently the strike is going to go on forever and ever. But the good news is the mayor of the West Midlands has secured some money so they can have a tram line to go to the sports quarter without actually crediting the people who are going to build the sports quarter and invest in them. So, but that's them celebrating. But no, you're right. The rubbish is still there. It's still, mind you, to be fair, I'll come out and say it. I've said it before. In reality, if you'd gone before the rubbish strike and now, you wouldn't really notice much of a difference. I'll be honest. I'll genuinely be honest. Freddie Starr singing Vincent now, that was funny. Oh, God, yeah, Tom Baker was the best. Tom Baker was the best Doctor Who ever. There is no argument. You can't argue with me because there's no point, because you lose. It's as simple as that. He was the greatest Doctor Who there ever has been or ever will be. So, yeah. Gobson talks about things. Good to see you, mate. Keep your powder dry. I'm listening, do some chores. Cheers. No worries, Cam. You crack on, dude. Whatever you need to do. Starman is all talk, not just reality. No one fight for his view in the UK. Correct. Well, no, who would? I mean, come on. Took a quick poll now. Who those you in the chat, if you had to, would you fight for this country and would you fight under Starmer? Put 1 for yes, 2 for no. It's as simple as that. Not an airport in Pakistan yet. Not an airport in Pakistan then. No. Although they're desperately because I mean this is it. The guy who's the MP for Hall Green and Shirley, he's more concerned about getting a new airport built in Pakistan and upsetting Israelis 2-2. No. Of course, I knew the results were all going to be no's because who would? Beware the man who plays a fool. Very true, David. Very, very true. Don't know why they let him burn it. They spray him worse than. Well, this is true. Although, to be fair, I haven't seen many lines in the sky recently. Funnily enough, for me, it was John Pertwee. Okay, fair enough. Everybody has their own doctor, but for most people, it's got to be Tom Baker. Would you ever move away from Birmingham? If I had the money, yes. Would I leave this country? That's harder for me. It really is. No matter how bad it's going to get, I don't want to walk away from the country. But if I had the money and I could, yeah, I would move from Birmingham. Again, it would be difficult in one respect because this is my hometown. It's all I've known. Need to reload your live stream, lagging behind. Oh, sorry, Monty. Do apologise. All right, my sons will leave my missus and daughter behind to the boat lot. Yeah, exactly, mate. This is why I couldn't. I'd like to move if I could, but I said it break my heart to leave here. You know, I'm a Blue Nose. You all know that. I'm a Birmingham City fan. I'm third generation. I've been going to the Blues for over 50 years now, and yeah, some of the joys and sorrows too. Christopher Eccleston. Yeah. I think, I would quickly flick onto there. Christopher Eccleston would have been made a great doctor if they hadn't pissed him off. He was the perfect man to bring it back. Unfortunately, they screwed it off. So my internet's slow. Sorry about that. What if Brum was perfect, no issues? If Brum was perfect and no issues, I'd stay. The thing is, I had a great childhood here when I was a kid. I used to love going up to Birmingham City Centre, spent hours up there with my mates, and it was a lovely place. Everything was awesome, and it's just gone shit. Well, let's get you up to 2 million views, subscribers. That would be nice. It would be nice to get 2 million subscribers. I've always wanted a silver plaque on my wall. Am I going to get a lifetime ban for being an Aston Villa supporter? Monty, you can support the shit if you want. That's your choice. But as long as you leave that side of the city and not this side. No, of course not, mate. See, I'm one of the Blues fans. I like to have friendly banter. It's unfortunately like everything else. It's always the idiots that ruin anything. Really do. In any case, you can be an Aston Villa supporter all you like. We're going to have the greatest stadium in the Midlands and a sports quarter. So, Birmingham beautiful. My dad was from Lee Village area. Lee Village, I'm not far from Lee Village. About driving about 9 minutes by car from Lee Village. Lee Village was nice. You know, Birmingham. The thing is, I love this place. Birmingham has been my spiritual home when I'm away and come back. There's nothing like it. I mean, it's like when I go away, even when I go away on holiday for a week, I love coming back. And then after 5 minutes driving around, I realise I wish I'd not been. But yeah, there's plenty of Brummies here in Tenbury Wells to keep reminding them that this is a black country. But you'd be more than welcome. If I was going to move, I'd move down to Devon. One of my best friends actually lives in Devon, and I've been down to like holidaying. We go down Devon all the time. I'd love to. If I had a place, if someone said, "Where would you like to live right now?" Dartmouth, up by the Naval Academy. I'd love it to be there. Oh, the banter has been now. Yeah, it's just true. Monty, I'm a rugby league fan. Team St Helens isn't doing too good this season. All sports and teams are welcome here. There you go. I'm not a huge. I used to play rugby union. Yeah, I played American football as well. And if anyone says, well, if you're playing American football wearing the pads, trust me, I gained more injuries playing American football than I ever did playing rugby. Yeah, the pads don't do a lot, I'll be honest. Tell me more about what happens to Chris, please. Rose was lovely too. Remind me of that at the time. Oh, okay. Hopefully Wolves will be beating the Villa again at them. Yeah, well, we're coming back. The Blues are coming back. And you just have to get ready for us because when we come on, we ain't taking no prisoners. It's as simple as that. Devon, known for cream cheese. Devon Good, Harry's Pizza, known for good. I don't know the pizza. I suppose because I spent a lot of time being out on my. Please tell me about what happened to Chris, please. Rose was lovely too. Remind me about time. Right. Going on to Christopher Eccleston. He left because he fell out with Russell T Davies and the Bad Wolf team. He called them basically amateurs who didn't know what they were doing. He tried to put in some constructive criticism and help them, being the actor that he is, and they basically took the piss, so he left. As for Rose, Billy Piper, nah, not the best. Not the best. I don't like Billy Piper. I didn't like Rose. But again, thing is like with Doctor Who, you don't always like all the doctors. You don't like all the companions. It is what it is. So yeah, but that's what happened to Chris. They shit all over him basically, and he just walked. We have the best country islands in the world. Yeah, this is very true. The same, same about the city of birth, great city on earth, Newcastle. I served with the First Royal Regiment Fusiliers, which was a Newcastle regiment. So there was me, two other. Well, there was me, a lad from the West Brom, Baggies, Boing Boings, and a Wolverhampton. So there was three of us in a battalion full of Geordies. So it took us a while to actually understand what the bleeding hell was going on. But no, I love the Geordies, love Newcastle, great city, great people. And I will not lie, one of the greatest nights out ever. Absolutely brilliantly. Hilarious. I love Newcastle. It's a lovely place. Great football ground as well. Love the stadium there. Love the stadium. Words scattered through space and time. Absolutely, Rachel. I wonder what all the T's and twos are about too from me. Oh, it's about whether you'd fight Nottingham till I die. Well, Ollie, Forest had a good season. They were unlucky. Well done. We all need to reunite. Villa Blues, Baggies and Wolves and put aside the differences by saving the heritage and Christian values. Well, why not? Why not? The football community is the only real last bastions of British teamwork, and I'm struggling to remember the word. Clans. Clans is what. Anyway, let's get back to the biscuits. I believe the PM's favourites are lemon puffs. Are they the Ukrainian versions? There. I gave the Dr. David Tennant. Well, I got all the way through to Peter Capaldi. Well, you know this. For anyone of you new on the channel, I started off talking about Doctor Who. That's how I started off. And if you go back on my channel, me and my very close friend John the White, who sadly is no longer with us, because he was dying of pancreatic cancer at the time, and he was a huge Whovian. I'm not a Whovian, but he was. And to help him through his final day or final months of his terminal cancer, we did a live stream every Saturday talking about every single episode of Doctor Who, from William Hartnell all the way through to Peter Capaldi. And he managed to finish that in a couple of specials and then sadly passed away. And that's his legacy. So I know a lot about Doctor Who and I learnt a lot. But in any case, I digress. Cathedral on the Hill, 28th of June. Well, FLA, 28th of June, London. See, the biggest problem is having all these protests in London. It's really hard for me to get to London at times. What needs to be done, and I think Tommy and his friends, everybody else needs to, and like Richard and that, need to get this organised, is for a protest and a demonstration at the same time everywhere. In London, in Manchester, in Birmingham, in all the city at the same time, linked by technology, so we could talk to each other. That would be awesome. That would be amazing. That's what really needs to really genuinely show the world, boy, we mean business. That's what we need to do. Football can and does unite. Manchester United wouldn't not be if it wasn't for rival teams saving them. God bless. Absolutely. You see, the thing is, like, when it comes to football, I mean, like, Blues and Villa hate each other. But if the shit hit the fan, we'd stand shoulder to shoulder with each other and support each other. because that's what football fans do. And I think it's because it's a unifying thing. It's a unifying. We can all talk about football. We can always have the laugh, the joke, the banter about football. I mean, let's be honest. Two blokes walking, never seeing each other. And what's the very first thing they talk about? Football. It's a unifier. It absolutely is a unifier. Villa Blues are going. You know, and that's the simple truth of the matter is. I mean, you could see people absolutely hating the living daylights out of each other in a football pitch, but then sit in the pub afterwards and have a drink because they're mates 99% of the time. It's only on football they don't. I think we can agree we all hate the French as a team. We all hate the French, and it goes a long, long way back to the time when we... Yes, come in. Hold on a second. I'll be bringing the stream to a close in about 2 minutes. All right? I'll see you in a bit. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The little one coming in. So reminding me that I need to be bringing this. I live in Manchester and have two African teams. Touche, this is true. Ban halal butchery, it's medieval barbaric. Absolutely agree. There should be no halal slaughter at all. At all. Rachel, that's hilarious, but true. You can't argue with that statement. Who mentioned the frogs? Yeah, well, unfortunately, somebody mentioned the French. And it's so funny, as soon as somebody mentioned the French, everybody's back gets up. It's the same here in the pool, Liverpool or Everton here. Even though I'm a rugby feed fan, I get asked which team I support. Of course, because in reality, I mean, Mrs. G goes, "Oh, why do they keep putting your football on the telly?" Because everybody likes football. Whether you like, I mean, you know, the vast majority of people like football. Absolutely, we do. It's the way it is. I must go. Good night and God bless. Good night, deport those people. Thanks very much for joining me. Much appreciated for you to spend some of your precious time sitting here and having a chat. Another fire on a ship with cars up in flames. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me anymore, especially with them. So, it's just past the hour. So, it is now time to wrap things up. I only try to keep these about an hour. And I mean, one of these days, we're just going to do, I'll do like a long one where we just chat all night if we have to. Find the fisherman 30,000. Wow. Electric cars up in flames. Well, electric cars are pointless. And we all know this. They're just fire hazards, but it is what it is. Any case, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to bring this particular stream to a close. Thank you so much for joining me on a wonderful Thursday evening where, in reality, we were going to just talk shit. And then Zia Youssef went and did the right thing for once in his life. And, yeah, let's give us something to open it all. Now, you are all, as always, gorgeous, gorgeous mother truckers. I am. This channel is nothing without you wonderful people. The whole idea of these live streams is to give you the ability to talk amongst yourselves in the chat, and I like to interact with the chat as much as possible, because with that, as I said, you're my audience. With that I would just be me talking to a camera. A bit like me talking to the Mrs. G sometimes. You could just see it's not sinking in. But then again, to be fair, she does it to me, and I think I catch every fourth word. But that's the way it is. It is. All of you look after yourselves. Stay safe. I may be able to be coming on again on Saturday night. I'll confirm that more closer to the date. I probably won't. I might be able to do a couple of videos for Friday. I don't know yet. Any case, bit of a strange day tomorrow, but we'll sort that. Well, I'm actually not saying a strange day. For the first time in a couple of months, me and Mrs. G have got the house completely to ourselves. So, yeah. Any case, with that, I am done. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for everything else. If you need to get in contact with me, there is a link now to a Discord channel, which you can join if you do Discord. Oh, what's this? Shocking article. School children being taught that black people built Stonehenge as part of push. Yep, absolutely. They're being told. They're also being told in, I think it's Norway and Sweden, that Vikings had black people involved, and they just did this rewriting history. You know, just like it said in 1984. Any case, I gotta go. I got things to do, and don't forget to hit like. Yeah, please. I keep forgetting. Like, share, and subscribe. So, any case, I was talking about Discord before that came out. So, there's a link to the Discord channel if you want to do that. But also, gobstertalks@yahoo.com. It's an email address that's open for you to drop me emails. Some people are already using it, and it's very interesting. I've had a couple of emails I haven't had a chance to answer or respond. I will get back to you ASAP. All the emails I do read, and I always acknowledge the fact that I've had them, because it's absolutely great to talk to each other. Now, if you want me to pass your email address on to other people, just let me know in that email, and I'll share it with those people who are currently emailing me, if that's what you want to do. But, you know, it makes things a lot easier because we can all talk to each other that way as well. It's all about the community, ladies and gentlemen. We have a nice little community here, and we all stick together. We've all got each other's back, and we're all going to get ourselves through this nightmare that we currently live in. Any case, with that, I am done. So, until the next one.